Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Rick Wallace dropping in on you this morning for a morning motivational moment. Hoping that everyone is getting their week and their day off to a good start. If you're in the Houston area, surrounding areas, you are meeting some torrential rains, some bad weather. So be careful. Be careful if you have to leave the house. Get out and move around. Drive safely. I just want to talk to you briefly this morning about the importance of being able to effectively engage moments of delay. Delay is a process, actually, and it is actually a place in the journey and the struggle of life and in the natural need for progression, where many tend to give up and turn around or relent or acquiesce or surrender their dreams to the idea of impossibility because of delay. Delay is simply a part of the process. It is necessary for your progress. It is the final test of how committed you are and prepared you are to engage another level of your vision, of your dreams, of your ideas. And you've got to resist the proclivity or the need to have immediate gratification, something this society is conditioned for. If something doesn't happen immediately for us, if something doesn't happen within a certain certain time frame, we're immediately turning somewhere else, looking for some other alternative, looking to do something different. We never stick with anything. The moment that difficulty, adversity, delay, disappointment show up, we say, okay, that's not for us. We blame it on God. It's not God's will. All of these different things. Let me tell you, if you're conceiving it in your mind and it is a good thing and you have an unquenchable desire for it, that alone it's God's proof, not only that it's for you, but that it's possible. And if it's possible, that means that you can do it. Now, in its possibility is no promise of ease. As a matter of fact, anything worth having has proven to be somewhat challenging in obtaining. That's the reality of life. That's something that you're going to have to engage and be willing to stand up against in life. Is that adversity, difficulty, the vicissitudes of life, or disappointment, people talking behind your back, people constantly reminding you of your past. All these things are going to be a part of your journey towards your destiny. People judging you from where you come from, people judging you on where you are now, people judging you. There are going to be people in your periphery, a lot of them you call family and friends, that are going to look at you and they're going to constantly remind you that while you have these great dreams, these huge dreams, these visions, these ideas running around in your head that you just can't shake, they're going to remind you that this is where you're at now. How can you possibly be thinking about doing that when this is where you're at? But see, the whole thing is, you're not, your culmination, your who you are, your who is not where you are now. Your who is where you're going. You're fixed on it. You're set on it. You've given it everything you've got. You've got to understand that there are going to be moments of delay. There are going to be situations, and when you look and you seem like you're locked in, that's when you stop looking at the goal long enough to measure your progress. See, what I've learned from my mentors, what I've learned from the great men before me who teach what I teach, I've learned that it's not the accomplishments that brings the greatest sense of well-being, fulfillment, and happiness. It's simply progressing. Just the idea that I'm moving closer to something that I desire actually brings me the greatest sense of happiness and fulfillment. Getting the thing is just a mark off on the measurement of progression. Progression continues. I get to one goal, I set another one. So that's what you do when you find yourself locked in, or you feel locked in, and you feel like you're not getting any ground, gaining any traction, building any momentum. Step back. And that's why you always keep count of where you're at and where you're going and what you're doing. So you can look up and say, man, while I haven't made it here, I remember I started way back there. So I'm making progression. I'm moving forward. I've got my mind fixed. I've got my path set. I've got my gate fixed. So now it's just a matter of me staying focused, staying committed, refusing to give up, refusing to turn around. You are the only determining factor and whether or not you finish your destiny or not. Oh yeah, you're going to have people that are going to get in your way. You're going to have people that are going to hate on you. You're going to have people that seem like their entire purpose in life is to point out why you can't do something. You're going to have naysayers. You're going to have people who love to whisper the sweet nothings of negativity in your ear every chance they get. You're going to have the detractors, the people sitting in the dark sides of the corners talking about you, saying what you can't do and saying what's happening and how long it's taking you to get where you're getting and all of that. Never give your attention to the minimal minded and the random opinions of others. What you should focus on is what you have inside of your heart. What's pushing you, what's driving you, where you're standing at. That's all that matters, because you're the only determining factor of your destiny. If you don't quit, nobody can stop it. Matter of fact, that's the very definition of destiny. The fact that no matter how hard somebody stops it, no matter how hard someone attempts to deride it, no matter how crazy it gets, it only ensures that it happens. It only ensures that it happens. That's destiny. That's destiny. It is destined to happen as long as you don't quit. Live your life. Stop surviving. Stop just breathing. Stand up. Set your gate. Set your goal, set your focus, fix your confidence, fix your commitment, and go get it. Determine what it is in life that you absolutely have to have. That your heart, your spirit, your soul just won't rest well without it. That you get sick in your spirit when you can't have it. When you just don't feel full when you're not working in it. Whatever that thing is, you spend your life going out and getting it. Going after it with everything you have on the inside. It's gonna be some people that are gonna detract. That's the people that point. I tell them all my time. I don't even classify them anymore. I used to call them haters. I don't even do that anymore. They're not even worth being classified. But it's those people that love to point where you're at. And that's why I tell them, that's why you can't see me. Because you see me, and by the time you point to where I'm at to make a point of where I'm not at, I'm not even there anymore. You know why? I'm progressing. And as long as I'm progressing, I'm winning. As long as I'm winning, I'm filled with fervor and passion and fire. And I'm going where I'm going. And it's not determined on how you feel about it. That's how you got to live your life. Not worried about what someone else is thinking or what someone else is saying. You go get it. That's it. I love you guys. As I always say, I'm on a down E. I'm going after it. Each and every day I wake up and I go after it. I set my goals. I look at where I'm at. And the first thing and the foremost thing, and I'm going to say this and I'm off. My number one goal is not my actual financial goals. It's not my business goals. My number one goal is personal growth. Being intentional about how I'm growing, what I'm growing in, when I'm growing in knowledge, when I'm growing in wisdom, when I'm growing in love, when I'm growing in emotional management, when I'm growing in all of the areas of life that are going to require me to be at peak performance to do some of the things that I have set. And what I find is when I focus on personal growth, the goals just fall. They just keep coming. They come get me. I don't have to go after them, because as I grow, I automatically put myself in a position to perform those things that are out in front of me naturally. So naturally that it's fun. Go get it. Live your life. Die on E. Leave nothing behind. I'm out of here. It's been great. Peace.